Breaking news, as I predicted, President Donald Trump just said on Newsmax, no pardon for Diddy. He said no.
Y'all, this just got personal. Diddy's sons, Justin and Christian Combs, aren't holding back anymore. They're straight up calling out Donald J. Trump for what they see as the ultimate betrayal. And trust me, it's not just about politicking. This is about loyalty, history, and a father who's staring down years behind bars while the man who could set him free is now acting like he doesn't even know him. The tension's been building for weeks. Whispers about a presidential pardon. Quiet talks between Diddy's camp and Trump's people. And then, out of nowhere, Trump starts backpedaling publicly. When those comments hit the internet, that's when Diddy's sons hit send. But here's the wild part. The way they're going at Donald J. Trump, the current president, it's not just emotional. They're pulling receipts, digging up history, and hinting at things that could make this way bigger than a celebrity or political beef. By the end of this, you're going to see why some folks think Trump is protecting himself more than the country. See, now here's the setup, and I'ma keep it real tight. A few months ago, Trump was in the Oval Office, chopping it up with reporters, when somebody asked the million-dollar question, President Trump, would you pardon Diddy?
So Trump has the opportunity to pardon Diddy. Should Diddy be pardoned or should he stay in jail?
That guy needs to spend the rest of his life in Hapsi, broski. If that man ever sees freedom, you already know it's corrupt.
It's a girl, not a man.
How's your father doing so far?
How's he holding up right now, man?
He's good.
Huh?
He's good?
He's good?
Hey, it took a lot to for him.
Diddy had just been hit with that partial guilty verdict in his New York sex trafficking scandal and trial. He was found guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, but acquitted on the big RICO and trafficking charges. That verdict saved him from a possible life sentence, but he's still looking at up to 20 years behind bars when he's sentenced on October 3rd. Trump's first answer: I'd certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me. Interviews sounded open-minded, right at the time? Well, fast forward to a few weeks later, and insiders revealed that a comprehensive get-out-of-jail-free card for Combs was being seriously considered, at least at the White House. Sources even say folks in Diddy's inner circle were actively lobbying Trump's team. But here's where it flips. By mid-July, Trump started singing a whole different tune on Newsmax. He said, "It's more likely a no." Then, as this little jab, he added, "He was hostile when I ran for election." It makes things more difficult.
You mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening. And I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden, you know.
It's the spark, because to Diddy's kids, that's basically Trump saying, I could help, but you talk trash about me, so forget it. Well, as y'all probably know, this ain't some random 2 celebs cross paths type of story. Trump and Diddy go way back. We're talking 90s way back, early 2000s New York way back, charity galas way back, celebrity golf tournaments way back, Hamptons parties, moving in the same circles, and Trump once flat out called Diddy a good friend during a 2012 interview. And even on season 12 of The Apprentice, Trump defended Diddy to Aubrey O'Day, saying, I've got to stick up for him.
Consider pardoning him.
Well, he was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. He's still in jail or something, but he was celebrating a victory, but he seems, I guess it wasn't as good as a victory. Probably, I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great, and seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
And
yes.
It's hard, like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
But more likely a no for Combs,
I
it
would
sounds
say
like.
so.
Okay.
Somewhere between Diddy endorsing Joe Biden in 2020 and the messy fallout from Trump's first term, things soured between the two. And Diddy publicly scrutinized and criticized Trump's policies, even calling him dangerous.
A very strict and focused businesswoman, because working for Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy?
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
He expects...
Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that question.
Oh, wow, I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick...
That's the grudge Trump is hinting at now. Basically, you were cool with me until I ran for president, then you switched up. And for Diddy's sons, hearing that hostile excuse in 2025 is like a gut punch, because to them, it's proof Trump is making this personal instead of looking at it like a presidential duty. Now, this is where the emotion hits hard. After Trump's, more likely a no comment, went viral, Christian Loki hinted that he thought loyalty was real. Guess he was wrong. Justin also hinted that it's funny how some folks only remember the bad you said about them, but forget the times you put them on. They didn't tag Trump directly, but everybody knew what they meant. And remember, when Diddy's bail had been denied multiple times, even with the $50 million bond offer and heavy restrictions to his kids, every day their father sits in that Brooklyn cell getting smaller and skinnier, while Trump plays political chess, in another sign that old friendship meant nothing. But here's where things got extra spicy. 50 Cent, who's been trolling Diddy for months, jumps in to make it clear he doesn't think a pardon should happen. Fifth said on Instagram, "I'm going to reach out to Trump so he knows how I feel about this guy." So when Diddy's sons started blasting Trump, 50 Cent posted old clips of Diddy criticizing President Trump in 2016 in an effort to deter him from pardoning Diddy. The petty energy with 50 be off the charts, y'all.
Interview. Yeah, so this was back in 2020. It was October of 2020 during the 2020 presidential election. And this was a few months after Diddy had said the whole hold your vote thing. Let's take a listen to Diddy on white men needing to be banished.
White men like Trump need to be banished. That way of thinking is real dangerous. This man literally threatened the lives of us and our families about going to vote.
Stand back and stand by.
Stand back and stand by.
Yeah.
We're in a war. We're not taking this like it's a war. We're taking this like, oh, we're in a presidential election. No, we're in a war of love versus hate. The number one priority is to get Trump out of office.
Oh, yeah, nah, he's not getting